good night, good morning, good afternoon, and good whatever it is, wherever you are watching Sports Frenzy from right now. And from you see us on a Monday, you know that, hey, probably we're here to talk about some football or whatever it is that we want to touch on. But you know that EPL was on a break for a minute, but they're back and they're back with midweek fixtures. But before we get to that, welcome once again to Demo, the Liverpool man out in his Liverpool jersey. Welcome, bro.
Big
Good.
up, big up, big up with there.
And Kems, let me see, the Aston Villa slash former United supporter. How you doing, bro?
What's up, brother?
All right. So first up, Africa Cup of Nations came to its ending yesterday. Congrats to Senegal and Sadio Mane along with Aliou Cisse because this guy has been there with them for a while now, and he has come under a lot of criticism that he has had strong sides and he hasn't gotten them to win much and dropped out of tournaments when they shouldn't have. And he brought them to the final, I believe, last time around. But guess what? This time around, luck was in their favor because, when it goes to penalty shootout, any number can play. And the keeper for Egypt has been doing well so far in terms of penalty shootout. But this time around, it wasn't to be. And one Liverpool man is crying, while another Liverpool man is celebrating. And the Liverpool man that is celebrating said that this is his most important trophy that he has won in his career so far because he has reached a stage where he sat down and cried when Senegal lost the game. So now that he can bring them to an African title, he's actually very happy. And I'm talking about Sadio Mane. What you have to say about your players, Demon? Because this is all yours.
I mean, it's not all mine. This is all Africans, And listen, going into that game, obviously Senegal had. First of all, big up everybody in the comment section. A lot of people tune out early, so big up on yourself. Yeah, Senegal always has. They had the better team. Like, just you can call stars after stars after stars. And if you follow the tournament, Egypt obviously them not as gifted as Senegal, and probably Salah is the only one we can say. And that goalkeeper, I'm sure whatever club him there right now, him not gonna do this so come in summer or whenever, because he was great throughout the tournament. But they clearly had the better team, and I thought that on the final they deserved to win that game. They were all over Egypt. I think Salah had one chance where the keeper they have a save and probably another header or something like that. But the chances were Sar whip across the box. Man, should have did it for like two or three of them. Didn't get to capitalize on those. He missed a penalty, like the second minute of the game. Senegal were dominant, and Egypt was always playing for penalties. Didn't go the way. I hate when the stars stay for last to keep the penalty. Like, I don't know if you can change it mid game, but after the Senegal youth miss, I thought Salah should have just changed up the order and go take the penalty kick after. I don't know if they can do it, but that's what I think. But yeah, I had no horse in this race. Like, whoever win for me, it was always going to be joy and disappointment because obviously Mane lost the last time and them there cry and all of them stuff. Salah has never won it. But I think they play each other for go to the World Cup qualifiers again. If I'm not, so it's like, yo, make one of them win the Afghan and then make the other one qualify. I don't know. You're gonna make it
No,
work.
bro, that's not how it is. But
You know? But either way for me, one smile, one cry.
all right, so before I get to Kim's, big up yourself, Tyrese. I say Owen Adlam, Shanila, good night, good morning. Christoph, big up yourself, bro. Michelle, good night. Kevin, big up yourself, Kevin, big up yourself. Kim, so there's a comment made by Owen, I soon get back to that. But in terms of this final, going into the final, which team you really thought would have won it?
Senegal thought they were the better team. As it was said earlier, Egypt played for a penalty shootout and then just ride the luck after that. But
Okay.
the law of averages will always work against you. So it was just their time, and I thought that Senegal should have definitely won the game, in regular time because obviously they were just the better team.
Facts. But I'm going to stick with you, Kim. So here is Adlam saying that, Kim, I hope you realize Liverpool is unbeaten since Salah and Mane left for Afghan in all competitions. Because remember that we said that they probably needed to make a signing because they might have struggled a bit, but they got through it and they're
Didn't
looking.
they? Didn't they? oh, oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's good for them. clap Adlam, good for them, but they're still behind the heavy hitters, and heavy hitters already dropped. I think they dropped the ball once. I don't think they're gonna drop it again anytime soon. So I guess second place is good enough.
Okay. Here's Christoph saying that congrats to Sadio. I honestly wanted Egypt to win, but Senegal deserved to win. And Kevin Bernard, and I believe these two men are two Liverpool fan, or I believe Christoph is a Liverpool fan and Kevin is the Arsenal. I'm not sure. Kevin, you can correct me. But here's Kevin saying that Senegal for both Afghan and World Cup. So now we're going to move forward and look at the EPL games that will be taking place in the midweek. So first up is one with the mega rich, as I pointed out with the title, Newcastle taking on Everton. And I mean, Everton looked good on the weekend in that FA Cup game against Brentford. Man, I saw some very good football, some possession-based football, and I mean, boy, good one for Lampard. But Dima, look at Newcastle now, and they made some decent signings. Still think they should have probably gone for one more player to complete the puzzle in terms of saying it. But um, looking at the team that they have assembled, going up against this Everton team that, as I said, they're playing a possession-based football now. You could have heard it from Lampard that, hey, I want you guys to enjoy the football. So now with that in mind, which of these teams you think is in a better place to gain the maximum points from this fixture?
Yeah, I mean, the last time we spoke, I was on here and saying that, listen, I think a lot of Chelsea fans gave Lampard a hard time because of what he did when he came in with a transfer ban and all of that, and he brought the youths up, and he secured a Champion League spot. Obviously, he got the resources after that, and he didn't do as well as one would have hoped. But he was also in Derby, and he had them playing this the same way and playing well with Mount and Harry Wilson down there at the time as well. So I'm expecting the same philosophy with this Everton team. I mean, I didn't watch the game that they won, but I saw some of the highlights and stuff. Yeah, obviously, I could get that new manager bounce. Everton could not get any lower than they were under Rafa Benitez. And even though Newcastle have them signings and stuff, I'm going to give Everton the edge in this game coming up just because of the Lampard effect and the glimpses I saw from the highlights in the Everton game. Newcastle just won't have enough, and I think that they'll lose the game 2-1. So 2-1 Everton win for me.
Okay, here's Kevin saying that, boy, I'm glad men they win the international trophy. I want to see if them now go say he is a top keeper now because them still not give him ratings when deserve. Yalata is saying good night, and here's Miguel saying that Newcastle have a coup Everton. Terry saying that 2-1 Everton, but I want Newcastle to win. And Adrian Nicholson saying 4-1 Everton. Kems, what do you have for this one?
That Adrian Nicholson guy always have some wild things I can't really understand. But I think that this game will be a draw. I think it's going down a draw. Obviously, even though Lampard didn't have the success with Chelsea, you can see that he tried to do some good things, especially playing the youths and stuff. And but I believe that Newcastle is hungry, and we can never underestimate a hungry team, especially all these. I mean, Everton is in 16th, Newcastle is in 19th right now, so it's kind of still a relegation battle. Everton don't want to lose this game. Newcastle obviously don't want to lose this game as well. But I think that the way Newcastle is at home, so I think being at home counts. So I'm looking Calvert-Lewin. They say he's questionable. I don't know if you have any latest on him, but they said he was questionable to play.
Still questionable.
Yeah, so I think that's a huge thing as well. So I just can't pick a winner for this game. So I'm going to go for a very entertaining 2-all draw.
Okay. And here's Casey saying that Lampard, the best English coach, only one that has finished the top four. Bro, Lampard is not as good as Graham Potter. So let's just
That
continue.
man is not even good as Gerard. Like, what?
Here's Paper Paul saying, big up yourself. I'm Jeremy Watson, big up yourself, same way. All right, we're going to move on to the next game, and I'm going to go with you with this one. Demo. West Ham against Watford. West Ham, who been on a slump for a bit. Watford got a draw on the weekend, and the only game that took place, they draw 0-0 with Burnley. Now you look at these two teams, and some little noise going around West Ham now because of Zuma, what he did with the animals. So yeah, they're saying that it's animal cruelty because he kicked a cat and all of that. So a little noise surrounding West Ham. But otherwise from that, do you think that Watford has what it takes to get a result with Hudson against Moyes and his team?
Definitely not. I think with they should be galvanized from that. I mean, they struggled to be whether they be kidding him or whatever they want name.
Kid
But
Leicester.
Declan Rice stepped up. Scored a beautiful goal, and they won it in the end with Bowen. So they should be on a high. I mean, they probably feel more high because they won and not the performance per se. But I think that they'll have enough to beat this Watford team. Like I said, the relegation bound. This new manager definitely not going to add anything. Them just keep on a recycle the man, and I don't know why. I know what it's like for this man to coach a team, and it is not good at all. So I'm going to go 3-0 to 3-0 to West Ham.
Wow. James, what you have fight because as you said, this Hudson fella will leave very soon. But you think Moyes has what it takes to get the victory over this stubborn Watford team because they did play stubborn against Burnley.
I mean, getting a draw against Burnley, I don't think that's a lifetime achievement to think you can get that, right? But I think obviously West Ham is a better team. This Watford team, I know they made some signings with the transition of Ranieri and Hudson, but this Watford team is just not good. It's not good at all. West Ham is still on a mission in that little grey area to either finish in the top four or finish in Europe. So this is an opportunity to get three points, and I definitely think that they'll get it. I think it will be a very convincing victory. I'm going West Ham 4, Watford 1.
Okay, and I'm going to stick with you because next up we have Burnley taking on Man United, their former team. Now, so Man United on the weekend, they lost to Barrow, but I mean, they did play some good football in that first half, and had it been for some fault finishing, they could have possibly gotten a result. But yes, Jadon Sancho looked lively in that game, created a lot of opportunities. Um, your player is back as well, your boy Pack back, and he did look good in that game. So, with all that in mind, do you think they can get the victory over Burnley?
Um, I don't know. The evidence is showing me that it's going to be a tough game. Tightly contested game between two teams where they're fighting for two different things. Mr. Press Conference, once again, he came out and said, oh, the team is improving. He likes how they're playing. They didn't get the result against Middlesbrough as they wanted to, but the team is playing better. I remember a specific coach used to come out and say the same exact thing, and the fans used to flock and beat him and say, "Nah, no ambition," and all of that. But hey, that's a story for another day. Um, this is going to be a tough game, especially at Burnley Turf Moor. It's going to be a tough game. Because obviously United will create chances, but it seems like Cristiano forget his finishing boots, Bruno forget his finishing boots, all of that, and those chances that they get against Middlesbrough, don't think you're going to get those chances against Burnley. Those wide open goal, you and God alone. Casper is keeping in the goal and you can't score. No, you're not going to get those against Burnley. You do have to work. You have to work for those goals. So, boy, this game. My heart is telling me a 1-all draw right now. Honestly, Burnley scored first. I lock it down. I don't know because United. I'm going to go with. I'm going to give United the benefit of the doubt. I can't be that bad. I can't be that bad. So I'm going to 2-1.
But bro, what I can't understand, I know that you're an analyst, right? And you watch things across the board, but how are you so up to date as to what Mr. Press Conference spoke about in his press conference, since as you're not a fan of this club anymore?
What do you mean? When you tell me say you have EPL show, brother, I'm not for go watch the things them and see what each coach is saying. What is man? I've look what each coach is saying, brother. can't come on here and just blank with what's going on. I have to know what's up. Anyway, I'm going with a 2-1 victory. United must can find a way, especially with Pogba back. As you said, he look very lively, look very good, albeit against Middlesbrough. But I like what I see. I like him going forward and stuff. So I'm going with a 2-1 United victory.
All right. And I'm pointing out that Burnley have lost their last five home Premier League games against Man United without scoring a single goal. The only side to beat them 6 times consecutively was Wolves, and that was between 1983 to 2002. So, I see Adrian Nicholson here saying that he expect Burnley to get a 1-0 victory. Terry saying that he expect United to win by 3 goals to 1. Chanel has been begging me for a good one now to mute her because she don't want it to speak on her side because you're fake. Um, Michelle, you're saying that when I make sure him wear the Aston Villa jersey too. And here's a response. All right, you know what? I'm just going to move on to Demo. Demo, your scoreline for this one.
Yeah, so for me, this all depends on if Corney. I'm not sure if he's going to be available for that game. If he is, this is going to be a lot trickier than it was scheduled to be, especially playing at Turf Moor with the new signing of Weghorst as well. I expect this to be a very difficult game for the centre backs of Manchester United. So I know Pogba is a difference maker, and for me, he's always the key going forward for Manchester United in that midfield. I know he's back and stuff, but I think that this game will end in a draw. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw just because of the centre backs having problems with Weghorst and Carney as well.
All right, bro. Here's Casey now responding to you, Kim, and saying that, as Kim's always said, when you try to defend Coley, the pressure not that great at small teams like Villa and Brighton. Lamp's the only one coach a big team to top four, test and proven. So he's trying to defend Lampard by saying that he's the best because he has coached a big side and he has finished in the top four, whilst the names that we mentioned,
Well,
Potter and the Gerrard, they haven't coached in a big side
well,
and
well.
don't
If
have
if
experience.
if you're going to say that, Mister Sir, Ole finished second and third. So he finished in the top four twice. So is Ole a bigger coach than Lampard? I guess by your logic, he is.
But let's move on. Preston United fan, all I want is just a victory, and that's it. Next fixture that is on the list will be a matchup between Norwich and Crystal Palace on Wednesday at 2:45 p.m. And guys, all these games will take place between 2:45 and 3 p.m. So Norwich, yes, they got a victory on the weekend over Wolves in the FA Cup, and they're probably feeling a little bit of high because they're now out of relegation zone, I believe, and they probably still want to keep on climbing up and upwards. And they also have the chance to go ahead of Everton if they can win this game. So, with all that in mind, how you see this one going, Demo?
The last game for Palace was against Liverpool, right? Where they get that thief in penalty, and so.
I believe so,
Yeah, I
yes.
think that was the last game, and boy, Crystal Palace that second half looked like a totally different team against Liverpool. I don't think Norwich will have enough. I know that they've been on a good form leading into this. That so much so that they're out of the relegation battle. Well, out of the relegation zone, not the battle. So I'm going to say Crystal Palace. They're going to win this game comfortably. I'm going to go 2-0 Palace.
All right, Kems, what say you?
2-1 Crystal Palace.
All right, Demo, I'm going to go back to you on this one. Did you saw Olise on the weekend?
No.
Damn, bro, that man terrorized.
I mean, hear about him, but we never watch it.
Man, it was chance after chance after chance right through it. And I keep on telling people, say anytime Crystal Palace get um Olise, Eze, and probably either Hudson Edward or Zaha, or whichever one they want to get in the middle, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with up front because all these players are very skillful and they
Yeah,
can beat any defender on any given day. So
and Gallagher behind him. So.
definitely. And they're chasing a man from over Rangers, Joe Aribo, to replace Gallagher because you know that he's going back home and to Chelsea. So let's see how they transcend from them. Next up on Wednesday, we'll see Tottenham taking on Southampton. Tottenham, they got a good victory over Brighton on the weekend, and they've been doing quite well. So, Kems, when I look at this Tottenham side, I know that you're one that don't really like this fella in Antonio Conte, but we heard him came out and said that to let 4 players go in one window, it's just signifies that they did something bad in the past. So technically, what he's saying is that those players that they signed shouldn't have been signed, and he's happy with the 2 players that he brought in because these are 2 players that he known them, he has known them. So, um, that in mind, how you see this one going?
For a coach who is so great, he always has some, always have something to say about some player. I just don't like that. You know, he's not my cup of tea. He's not my dose of medicine. Not my kind of coach. But Southampton was on pretty good form. Before the international break. Normally when those things happen after the international break, they normally come back and pick up, some beating. And I think that will be the case here. I think Tottenham will win this game. I think Tottenham will win this game. I'm thinking of the scoreline 2 goals to 0. Um, Obviously, Tottenham is still in that top 4 race. I think they still have either 1 or 2 games in hand, to finish up in that top 4, probably even in the top 3, because we know that team in third place is really suspect. So I'm looking at Tottenham. I'm looking at Harry Kane. Looking at is what's his name back now? Son is back and ready for action.
Nah,
Not yet, but even with or without Son, I think Tottenham will find a way how to get the job done. So I'm going 2-0 Spurs.
all right, Demo. This is Spurs' first game, first home Premier League game of 2022 because they haven't played a home Premier League game since Boxing Day against Crystal Palace. So the factor in all of that. How is this going now? So it's Southampton missing the influential Armando Broca.
Yeah, boy. So that means probably Armstrong coming back. Remember, these guys just drew with Manchester City, and they look really good against them. Before we left off, nobody saw that coming. They played really well in that game. Should have probably nicked it in the end because they had a number of chances. Borja himself also had a couple chances that he should have buried. I think he scored one which was offside. So they put up a fight against Manchester City. The thing is, yeah, Tottenham, they will just have too much on the day for Southampton. I think that Harry Kane, I think he's second behind Mohamed Salah in terms of goals in all competitions this season. And everybody else say, oh, the man now fire and him at this and that. He's right up there scoring goals again and doing what Harry Kane does. It was only a matter of time. So I expect a convincing victory for Spurs. So I'm going to go 3-0 to Spurs. But like, yo, I see him name the winger. The winger with him signed.
Kulusevski.
I see the man come on the other day, boss. That man is a centre back, and I don't know how this man play as a winger. He does not look like a footballer was supposed to play up this. So, but yeah, you see how him go. Not a good signing for me.
We'll see. He will be a good signing for them because Kante likes him and Kante will transform him into a right wing back or thereabouts because he said that he wants a wing back. So you'll see this man playing wing
The
back.
man look like a truck, brother, but okay, we'll see.
All right, next up on the agenda is Man City against Brentford. And boy, Brentford just can't buy a win right now, not even to save their lives. And Kems is probably licking his chops because we still have that bet on the line. And he's saying that Brentford might be engaged in a relegation battle. You end up against the City team. City drew last time out. We don't see that happening again. Go ahead, Kems.
So there's another interview I watched, but I watched an interview with Ericsson this time, and he was saying, the coach called him, said that he wants him to come, how he feels about playing football again, and he's ready to go, and he's thankful for the opportunity. As I've said on the last podcast where we spoke about this, I don't like this decision at all. I just think players are going to be a little bit timid when, if you put them hands up, probably in the Ericsson chest. There's just so much things out there. But for the game itself, this is Brentford's worst nightmare. Especially, I think City is coming off a draw against Southampton. So normally the team who they book after not such a pleasant result, is not normally a good thing. And So I think Manchester City will definitely win this game by a lot to a little. So I'm going Manchester City 5, Brentford nil. Need that goal difference for, when they're fighting a relegation battle. Ensure say the goal difference helps as well.
All right, Demo. David Raya was back in goal on the weekend, but it wasn't the sort of welcome that he wanted. Conceded four, and he never looked good in that game. No, when you factor in all of that, you see him conceded one more against Man City, or probably even two more.
Nah, definitely not. I think Manchester City will win, but not by 5. I'm going to go 3-0 Manchester City.
All right. Next up, we'll see a game that certainly interests one fella on this podcast. We're talking about Aston Villa at home to Leeds United. And I mean, Leeds United is a team that is basically on the cusp of the relegation battle as well. They're not too far ahead of the relegation teams. So, Kems, your Villa team, I know that this is one press conference you definitely watch and you heard a lot from your gaffer. So, what you have to say about your team and this game?
Boy, very excited. Very, 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 very excited. Um, for Aston Villa back in action. I can't tell you when last. I was actually have to be watching some old Aston Villa games in order to keep my moment. But it's we're playing against Leeds. Obviously, Leeds can't stop a soul. They can't stop me. They can't stop you. So it's going to be goals, goals, and goals galore. I think Aston Villa still has that opportunity to finish on the top half. Adrian Nicholson is a guy who tell me, oh, Frank Lampard is going to come and finish above Steven Gerrard. He's probably on, a different kind of drugs or something. But right now I tell you, Aston Villa is going to finish in the top 8. That's where I have them, and I think it starts with this game. Obviously, we know that Gerrard loves to pride himself on the defensive end. He loves clean sheets. He loves when the team defends at a high level and also move from defense, in attack. And definitely every time he has a press conference, I probably need to call him Mr. Press Conference because his press conference, really blow me away every single time. But I'm going with the Aston Villa victory. I think it's going to be a relatively easy game. Obviously, and I know Leeds have Rafinha and he's the engine and he can do this and he can do that, but not this week. Not this week. So I'm going with a Aston Villa 3-0 victory.
Right. Here's Faber Fan saying that Villa looks really good in the practice game against Mole. Ramsey will be key as well. And here's Adlam saying that no, brother, 8 is too high. Demo, I said this one good.
Yeah, I think that this game will end in a high scoring draw. Actually, I think that it will be a 2-2 draw. Leeds, I don't remember what the last result was, but they were playing really good football. And Rafinha was running the show in that game as well. Right,
They
like
lost.
after the Harrison hat trick,
Remember they lost. They
that
lost
that
1-0
was,
to Newcastle.
Newcastle beat them 1-0. Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
but I think that this game will be a high scoring draw. So I'm going 2-2.
Okay. And before I get the next game, for everyone that is tuning to the podcast right now, please just leave a like on the video. And if you haven't did that subscription, in which I trust that all you guys have done so already, do it if you haven't done so. Next up is another game that interests another fella on this panel, and I'm talking about Liverpool against a familiar foe, Brendan Rodgers, who hasn't done anything of note this season. He has been nothing short of awful. Demo, I see this one going.
Yeah, I'm done on this podcast talking about Brendan Rodgers, so I'm not even gonna get into that. Yeah, so obviously there's a lot of talks of if Mane and Salah will play this game. Obviously Mane won't, and there's it's touch and go for Salah, seeing that he played so many, well, was 120 minutes and extra time stuff for the AFCON. So he might not play this game, but obviously we just signed the Colombian superstar Luis Diaz. So we'll be looking for him to take some part in this game. Also, the comeback kid is back. Harvey Elliott scored a stunner for us in the cup game the other day, and obviously Takumi Minamino. That's now 7 goals for Minamino during this season, and a lot of people are slagging him off, saying he shouldn't be at the club and all of this stuff. But yeah, so Leicester City, I don't see them coming out of this slump against Liverpool. They are conceding so many set piece goals. It's ridiculous, and it's just a trait of Brendan Rodgers' team. Like, they just concede a lot of set piece goals, and we're scoring from a lot of set pieces. If you realize that, so with Jota on the form that he's in, Trent on the form that like the whole Liverpool team on good form coming into this game, I think that we'll win this game comfortably. I'm going 4-1. Think that we'll concede, but I'm going 4-1 to Liverpool. Brendan Rodgers, the team just look like they're lacking confidence. Soyuncu is just a shadow of himself, and I don't know what's happening with them. But especially losing to Nottingham Forest in that cup game, like, yeah, I'm going 4-1 Liverpool.
Okay. Kems, what have to say about this one? Because, I mean, we heard people talk a lot about Wilfred and Yuri Tillemans, James Maddison, and all these guys, but this season, most of them have been a shudder of themselves. I think it down to think it's down to player quality, or it's more a case of the coaching that is off.
Um, Definitely, I think it has to be coaching. When you look at the person, who's calling the shots. The person who they say, okay, he is the gaffer, he's the leader of men. He's the person who's supposed to go out there and get the best out of the players. I don't think that definitely Brendan Rodgers is doing that. Obviously when they just come in 1 season, 2 seasons, all right, cool. But when the going get tough and you need to go in there, galvanize the troops, motivate the locker room. I don't see Brendan Rodgers doing that. I don't think the results that Leicester has, gotten do them any justice. I see them lose 4-1, to Nottingham Forest, in the FA Cup. And I know the FA Cup can have a lot of upsets and so, but the upset that I'm thinking about 1-0, 1-0, 2-1, not 4-1, like you were totally outclassed. And it's not like you lose a bunch of buck, guys. When I look at that team sheet, that look like a team that can start against Liverpool. The team was loaded. So I mean, I just think right now, sometimes you need a change, you need a new presence in the locker room. You want somebody who can challenge these players. I don't think this coach get through to these players. I think these players tired of the ningy nanga nanga, tired of the empty promises, the fake promises, and he's not delivering. So for this game though, I have lost all faith in Leicester from the time that they were leading 3-1 against Tottenham. Was it 3-1? Yeah, leading 3-1 against Tottenham with 3 minutes left and somehow lose the game 4-3. I've lost all confidence in them.
2-1.
Huh?
2-1.
It was 2-1 and them lose 3-2? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that. Either way, lose the game with 3 minutes left. So, I'm going with a Liverpool victory. I don't care whether Salah, Mane, whoever start, whoever play. I think Liverpool will find a way. I think Liverpool is in Brendan Rodgers' head. He doesn't know how to beat them, can't beat them, don't know what to do. I think he had them on the ropes in one of these competitions the other day. I don't remember what competition it was. Had them on the ropes and find a way to lose as always. So I'm not going to go with such a big deficit, but I'm going with a 2-0 Liverpool victory. 2-0.
All right. And with the final game of the midweek fixtures, and these two will take place on Thursday. So Liverpool against Leicester is on Thursday, and also Wolves against Arsenal is on Thursday. Kim, so you see this one go ahead.
For this one, I'm going with a draw. Yeah, I'm going with a 1-1 draw. Wolves will be at home. Obviously, the big baller who has him step over La Liga, causing earthquake over there. Have Atletico Madrid on their heels, but we can talk. I'll talk about that in a minute for sure at the end of it. But losing Traore, I think it's a deal. Probably not a big deal as other persons think, but I think it's something. But again, the way how Wolves have defended, I think that it's something to be proud of. They don't let in a lot of goals. They don't beat themselves. They might not score a lot of goals, but you're not going to score a lot on them either. So I think it's going to be a game that is battled out in midfield. And I think Arsenal will score, but I think Wolves will also score. So I'm going with a 1-1 victory, a 1-1 draw. I'm sorry for this game.
All right, Demo.
Yeah, too much turmoil at Arsenal. That's what I'm labeling that game. I'm going 2-1 Wolves. I think that they'll win this game. I think they will, obviously Wolves don't concede a lot of goals. They lost out to Norwich in the cup, so they should be, ready and rearing to go and put up a fight against big teams. I think they've done it with a lot of big teams because we went there and we struggled to beat them the Origi goal. And I think they gave City a fight and all of that kind of stuff. So they're going to beat Arsenal, and I'm going 2-1.
All right, and here's Casey is saying that even though Rogers is a choker, don't underestimate Steve Cooper. Good young coach who deserve to be in the EPL. Yeah, he's definitely a good coach. I remember I took Swansea to the playoff last season when they weren't expected to go there, and he took over Nottingham Forest when they were in about 19th position in the championship. Now they're in 8th position, just 2 points outside of the playoff position. So he's definitely a good coach and he has developed a lot of English talent. So hats off to Steve Cooper. And remember, this man was a part of the English setup before. He normally coached some of the under 19 and I think under 17 teams. And I'm sure the producer is proud of that because he's one of them that helped to nurture players like Jadon Sancho, Phil Foden, and the rest of them. And here it is. Casey is saying that he won under 17 World Cups. Yeah, he was the one who beat. I think it was Spain in the final. That what's not that caused the havoc. Yeah,
Okay, we get it.
but here what we're going to do. I'm going to run back through all 20 EPL teams and we're going to give our top player for each team so far in the season. So I'm going to start at the foot of the table. At the foot, as we know, is Burnley. Demo, who they say has been the standout for Burnley this season?
That's easy, boss. Carney.
Kems?
Sure, I'll give it to that guy.
All right, I agree with you guys too. Nobody has but Carney. All right, Newcastle, another butter pancake. For you, Kems, who would you say?
It's a
Callum
tough.
Wilson?
That's a tough.
Yo.
That's a tough one for me. I think John Shelby has been really good. I've been really impressed with John Shelby. How he stabilized that midfield and obviously the passes that he has been putting through to Callum Wilson. So for me, it will be between John Joe and Callum Wilson. So 50-50 for both players.
Wait, Levon,
Producer,
yeah,
is the producer. All right, the
Levon.
producer over there in the section saying that the man that Demo is trying to imitate.
Well, I know. Are you asking us for our pick or who is the pick? Oh, just okay, fine.
Who
We'll
has
say
been the best that you have seen?
okay. Oh, okay. So it's a personal thing then. It's not facts. All right, fine. So yeah, obviously Saint Max. That's very easy.
Producer said that they're trying to imitate him with
No
the
man.
bandana around him.
When we wear the headband, you know a Saint Max time, man.
All right, for me, I need to see more output from Saint Max, but I have to give it to him still. Next up, Watford. I mean, Watford is a struggling team now, but for me, I'm going to just go ahead and give my pick. Emmanuel Dennis has been the top man for them. What say you, Kims?
I agree.
Demo?
Yeah, clear. No arguments, Dennis.
Facts. All right, next up is Norwich. What's been your standout, Demo?
No.
Norwich kind of hard. I can't find a standout for Norwich, boss. Um, I think Brandon Williams has come in and made a difference.
I was just about to say
But,
that
but
Brandon Williams is
yeah,
the only person that comes to my mind.
yeah. I'm going to go Williams.
All right, Kims, what do you say?
What time to? How often this guy play? Forgive me. I give up on Norwich a long time, but
Cantu.
Gilmore.
All right, he plays every now and then, not consistent enough.
Honestly, the best for Norwich, I don't know. I really don't know.
There's nobody.
Nobody. Yeah, nobody.
Before I get to the next club, here's Adlam was saying that St. Max has been the best for Newcastle. Tyrese also agree. Chris also agree. Jermaine said the same
I think
thing.
everybody agree. Eh?
All right, next up, Adlam saying that Dennis has been the best for Watford. Tyrese saying the same thing. Jermaine saying the same thing. Michelle saying the same thing. In terms of Norwich now, Adlam agreeing with Kim that nobody has been in the standout for them. Here's Terry saying that Adam Ida, who has come on in the latter part of the season, has scored quite a few goals for them, so he's giving it to him. Here's Chris saying that Krul and the captain, so it's going to slip in me right now, but forgive him for that. I don't quite remember the captain right now, but yeah, he's a centre back. And here's Jeremy Watson saying that long hair white youth.
Man, I thought about Cantwell and Cantwell not even did it.
Come on, Jeremy. Cantwell hasn't really played anything for them this season. But next club that we're going to look at is Everton. For me personally, I have to go with them. I agree. Demo, who are you going with?
That's very easy. Easily Gray, and especially for the price tag we am coming with, the impact we am have them are Gray.
Agree, Kems?
Yes, sir.
All right. Next up, we're going to look at Leeds. Again, another bottom and catch. Rafinha all day long, so we don't need to deliberate on that.
Yeah, Rafinha.
Terry saying Gray, Adlam saying Gray, Jermaine saying Gray. So Gray has unanimously won that for Everton. Now we look at Brentford. Again, they should be a bottom and catch in a sense. Now a lot of people might disagree, but I'm going to go with Ivan Toney. He has been the standard for them for me personally. What say you, Kems?
I would tend to agree. Apart from that vibes when pull off the other day talking about F Brentford, and then when they ask him, what he mean by that, saying he wasn't saying F Brentford, but he was saying F Brent or some crap like that, like Martin. Like them little people with Jamaicans in them blood. Try use them big head from people. But yeah, I'll say Tony.
You have Jamaica linkage to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'm actually going opposite. I'm going in strike partner. I'm going Mbuma. For me, Mbuma, like it was rare before him get injured and stuff. The goalkeeper for them, for me, he's a great goalkeeper. I didn't know he was so good, but I think Mbuma, like the man's skills on the ball and how him work people in. Him obviously not have the goals with Tony have, but yeah, man, for me, that's my pick.
All right, I guess Alan saying that Rafinha for Leeds, and Terry's also agree with him. German also agree, and surprisingly, now we have some different choices. So yes, Chris saying that he's going with Christian Norgard. I guess because his name is Chris and because that guy name is Chris, he's agreeing that Chris has been the best of them. So Norgard for him. Terry is saying that Pontus Janssen has been the best for him. Um, Adlam agreeing with Beamer that Mbuemo has been the standout at Brentford. Now we'll look up further at Crystal Palace, and I'm sure that a lot of people is going to say Conor Gallagher. Beamer,
Yeah, Conor Gallagher.
Gems,
Gallagher's been good. I'll give him the nod, Gallagher.
I agree. Gallagher for me as well. Next club in line will be Southampton and Kems. Who has been that person for you?
For me, I'm going to go with Ward Prowse. I'm going to go with Ward Prowse. Why? Because for majority of the games Southampton has played this season, I've never felt like they could have scored. But once they get a set piece, it's 90% of the chance, 9% of the time, I think they'll find the back of the net. And, Ward Prowse is always included somewhere, somehow, either taking the free kick, taking the penalty, doing the set piece, whatever, taking the corner. So I would go Ward Prowse on me.
Lima.
Yeah, for me, it's a toss up between Broha and Romeo. It's very hard for me to pick. I mean, obviously, people now highlight Romeo, but much enough of him and enough for Southampton to know that he does the dirty work, he does the simple things well, and he keeps them ticking over. So, but Broha's impact is undeniable playing forward. Man, take away Adam Armstrong game and keeping him out of the team. So, I'm going to go just because I think Ward Prowse played more games. I'm going to go not Ward Prowse. I mean Romeo plays more games, so I'm gonna go Romeo.
All right. For Palace, I saw Adlam saying that Gallagher, Watson saying Gallagher, Michelle Gallagher, Tyrese Gallagher. So all of them saying Conor Gallagher. For Southampton, Jeremy Watson saying that Ward Pros, Tyrese saying Broha, and Chris was saying that for Palace he was going to go with Vieira. So he's giving it to the coach.
Good show. Good show.
SK kind of saying that Broha top goal scorer despite not the starting striker. Adam also saying that Broha. For me personally, I would have given it to Livramento, but he has fallen off a bit because he started off hot. But boy, I have to give it to Broha based on his impact for them. They were missing a goal scorer, and he has come in and he has kind of filled that void a bit. Sorry that he's out injured, but Broha for me there. Next up, Aston Villa. Kems.
Yep. For me, in between two persons for me. And a lot of persons don't like him and give him a lot of flack. But
Mings.
especially since Steven Gerrard has come into this side, this man has, you know, had a resurgence. I'm going on Tyron Mings. For me, between him and Martinez. Martinez has been absolutely sensational between the sticks. When they score a goal on Martinez, is like if two or three keepers was in the goal, the ball they can't save. Because that man is a ball magnet and he finds a way how to make the save, some impossible save. So for me, it's between Mings and Martinez. I'll give it a tie. If I was forced to pick one, then I'll pick Martinez for sure.
Okay, I'm going to go the total opposite of you. The standard for me for Villa has been Jacob Ramsey. What say you, Dimo?
Yeah, I was going to go Jacob Ramsey as well in midfield. That youth has just come on leaps and bounds, and he's doing really well, especially under Gerrard.
He was trying to say that Ramsey has performed poor while Gerrard is there, so he's giving it to him as well.
But Martinez has been performing all season, even when call
No,
it.
bro.
What are you saying?
Bruno Fernandes
Martinez
free kick.
conceded a lot of goals at the beginning of the season. Come on,
You
man.
remember
but-
that free kick the way bro lead?
Martinez is my guy. Ramsey is good too, but Ramsey is third or fourth in line for me. But Martinez is my guy.
I know that not even Mings nor Martinez is top two for me. If I'm supposed to make a second pick, it has to be John McGinn.
Yeah, I
McGinn
was
has
about
been
to say
supreme.
Magin. I like Magin as well. Unsung hero.
There's Terry saying that he's gonna go with Mings. Adlam says it's McGinn for him. Um, Chris saying that Martinez is garbage this season.
Garbage.
And
All
here's
right.
Michelle saying that Todd Kims would say Gerard. All right, I'm going to go to the next club, and that is Leicester City. All right, for me, I have to go with Patson Daka, the man that has come in and he has played a handful of games, but whenever he has played, he has looked good. So I'm going to go Daka. Demo, who for you?
Leicester. James Maddison. Yeah, man. After the start that he had, he has turned his season around drastically, and yeah, he must fly right now. James Maddison for me.
Kems.
Boy, the thing is, Madison definitely just come on. That boy, that's a tough one. But I guess I'll go with Daka.
It was a toss up for me between him and Madison because you know that Madison started out poorly, but he has come on leaps and bounds, and it's good that the guy has turned the season around. Paris is saying that it's Madison for him. Adlam saying that it's Casper for him, and Jeremy Norton saying
Boy,
that Little Beckham Madison.
but I was thinking, Michael, but that man let in a lot of goals. Though, boy.
Martinez like
Get away.
it's fair to say that Madison Harvey Barnes has been a good impact sub. Not enough game time for me, so I can't put him in there. But next up is Brighton. And this is a tough one. I'm going to start with Deem on this one. Who are you going for Brighton?
Brighton. I want to say Bissouma. But I don't think he's played enough. Mope has been scoring off late, but I'm going to go with obviously the Spanish national at left back. His impact is undeniable. And I know bias thing. It's just, the man impact at left back is undeniable. So I'm going Kukurea.
All right, Ken, so for you.
Going to be Trossard for me. I think Trossard has been. He doesn't have the goals to back up the claim, but the impact. Once Brighton is a team where you watch, and I started watching them closely. After you tell me about them, start of the season, start watching them closely. I think what Trossard is able to do. A magician with the ball. Willing to take on defenders. Give defenders fits when he's going at them, especially when he's on his game. Marpe miss way too many goals for me, give me too much headache, make me lose too much bets. Can't go with him. So, Welbeck, him not good either. So Trossard will be the person for me. I don't think Bissouma obviously played enough. So I'll go with Trossard.
I agree. I'm going with Trossard for that one. I guess Adam saying that James Kesper literally had no defenders, and so I look that way. Jeremy Watson saying that Marpe for him.
Mahu?
Terry saying that Cucurella. I don't know if I saw him name spell. Yeah, man, the name spelling is actually correct. And Fabi Fran is saying that Trossard for him. And the reason behind it is that Trossard was carrying the goal scoring lead when they couldn't find none earlier in the season. So, yeah. And Owen saying that Cucurella for him. Chris again saying that Marpe, my FPL star. So, there's two Marpe fans right in the comment section. So, personally for me, I have to go with Trossard as well. Trossard has basically carried them, even though I think he does things overboard at times, over dribble and overthink the things at times, but I have to give it to him. All right, now we look up further and we look at Wolves. Wow. All right, for me, I have to go with Jose Sa, the goalkeeper. He has been immaculate for them. Kems, who for you?
I think is his name Connor Cody or something like that. Yeah, I like him. I think he has been exceptional along with the goalkeeper, but the way he's willing to put his body on the line, put his head on the line, his face on the line, put his face in somebody's boots, whatever it takes to prevent a goal from scoring. I think he's done well for that. Obviously, Wolves don't score a lot of goals, so I couldn't choose an attacker, but they have defended extremely well against some top teams. So Connor Cody will be for me.
All right, Demo.
Yeah, I actually want to go another left back as well. Sa has been awesome. It's a toss up between him, but I know for me is his impact as well is undeniable in that Wolves team. So I'm going that left back.
All right, and here's Fabi Fran saying that Sa is a good pick or Kilman. Kilman has been very good this season as well, so I have to give that to him. Adlam saying that Sais. Jeremy Watson saying that Jimenez. Wow. And Chris is saying that Cody easily. Now look further up the table and we're going to look at Tottenham. Who has been your standout so far this season, Dino?
The man who has always been the standout. I'm going human son. Yeah, when Kane did a go through him look drought, Son was doing his thing. Can't really pick nobody else. So I'm gonna go Son.
James?
I agree. I go with Son as well. Obviously he's a baller I like. Favorite baller on that team. And I like players who work hard. Obviously not as gifted as Harry Kane is, but his work rate is extremely high. And I like what he brings to the table. So Son for sure.
Okay. And here's Adlam saying that Son or Hoybeer. Not a bad pick.
Yeah, Harvey.
Yes, Elton saying that Son. Michelle saying that Son, Mr. Dependable. Here's Fabi Fran saying that Son, the pick for Tottenham is so far.
Right.
James Watson has said that he's going with Mora. Big up yourself, Kaswan James. Big up yourself, for joining the stream. Next up, we're going to look at Arsenal. So personally, for me, there's quite a few that I could probably pick from, but once again, just like Wolves, I'm going to go for a goalkeeper. Aaron Ramsdale has to be my pick, and I see nobody to challenge him for that spot. What say you, Demo?
Boss, toss up with like Emil Smith Rowe. Yeah, my forgot Ramsdale, especially because everybody thinks him gonna come flop and him a strainer and all of the pressure. Yeah, I'm going Ramsdale.
Kems.
Um, for me, I like what Gabriel has done around there in the defense. I think he has been extremely solid. When Ben White was shaky, I think he has done a great job. But Ramsdale has been the single reason why Arsenal has either won games or not lost games. I think
Facts.
been absolutely tremendous. So I'll go with and I didn't know Ramsey was such a quote unquote big keeper until he definitely came to Arsenal. He made some tremendous saves, some point blank saves. So I'd have to go with him.
All right, first up, Adlam had said Saka, but when Adlam heard all we had to say about Ramsdale, the man just quickly changed and said, I agree, Ramsdale have to be legit.
Yeah.
Um, Elton saying that he's going with Saka, Jermaine saying that Ramsdale, Michelle saying that Ramsdale straight, and here's Fabi Fernandez saying that Ramsdale, Saka, and Smith Rowe. Come on, Fabi Fernandez, you're a coach, man. Pick one player. Next up on the agenda is West Ham. So for West Ham, Kim, who do you have?
For me, a lot of persons might go with that overpriced English midfielder, but for me, it has to be Jared Bowen. For me, Jared Bowen again. For me, I love hard workers. I love hard workers. I like player who things are not given to them, but things are really earned. And I think he has earned his place in that team. And I think even the game against the game that they played, the FA Cup game. I think he was great in that game. I think he has been great this season. Antonio has been on and off. Again, I tell you, I think Rice is not as consistent as he needs to be, for the price that they want. But I think Jared Bowen has been absolutely sensational.
All right, Demo.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Declan Rice. I think that he has been leaps and bounds one of the top holding midfielders or box to box midfielders in the Premier League this season. He has never been so consistent in seasons gone by. He has grown. He's way more mature now. He's even added goals to his game this season, and his distribution has been excellent this season. So I'm going Declan Rice.
All right, personal for me, just give me some chicken and just give me some rice. But Bowen is in with a short man. Bowen has been very good as well, and it was a toss up between both. But it's because of what Dima just said. They said the addition of goals to his game along with his overall play, Rice has to be the man for me. And here's Chris saying that he's going with Bowen. Fabi Fernandez saying that it's Bowen. Um, Adam saying Rice. Watson saying Rice. Casey saying Rice. Gardner saying that it's Bowen easily. Adlam said absolute nonsense games. And Fernandez saying that Rice coming in with a good shot. If he could add more goals to his game, he will be dangerous. Moise called him a Gerard, but that is going too far. Michelle saying also Rice. And there's Adam saying that Rice is so consistent and provide the platform for Bowen and Benrahma and Antonio to go forward. That is facts. Again, guys, for those who are just tuning in, ensure that you like the video, and if you haven't hit that subscription button, ensure that you do so as well. Next up is Man United, and again, I'm going to go with a goalkeeper. And I have to say David De Gea, and I don't think any one of you guys will disagree with that.
Surely not. Spanish national.
Kems?
I think it'll be more. I think it'll be more harder if we were trying to guess who has been the worst player for this team. Then we would have to try to pick and choose. But De Gea has been absolutely.
Why this man have a jump gone to worse and this man has got worse in no other club? Tell us you have an obsession with him, bro.
Hey, but De Gea has been great. He has been great. I remember a couple seasons ago when they come back, your keeper, when Henderson come back and he was like Henderson is going to take over between the sticks and stuff. De Gea does have that resurgence, so I go with De Gea for sure.
I mean, personally, I don't really like the guy because I want him to leave. I need him to leave now, but I have to call a spade, and he has been the best. He has saved the season. I see people saying CR7 has saved season. What's CR7? CR who? Anyways,
Talk to Michelle. It's a leading goal scorer.
Chris said that the GOAT. Here's Jermaine Watson saying that CR7. Here's Josh is saying that DDG. Michelle saying that CR7 manual leading goal scorer. Michelle, come on. Chris Elton saying that DDG by a million miles.
CR7 is not even second, honestly.
And here's when Adlam saying that De Gea when CR7 playing, Bruno when CR7 not playing. Go again? Just go ahead, man. But next up, we're going to look at Chelsea. And I mean, there's quite a few players that you can have in the mix for them, but definitely I can't have the $100 million defender who plays up front. That man cannot be in the conversation. But
Lukaku. For me,
this one is tough, honestly.
Who you got?
Go again?
I'm going with your guy, you know. I'm going with your guy.
Which one?
Your defender, your German defender. I think he
Rudiger.
has. Yeah, I think he has been. I know he doesn't want to sign that contract. I think he's smart. He's seen that he needs to move on from this team because his team going nowhere quickly. So I think Rudiger has been sensational for this team, especially when this team is breaking down. Rudiger has held his head high and has been playing some really excellent football. So Rudiger would be my pick. Can give Mendy a shot, but for the past, before he went to Afghan, I think he was slipping a little bit, but Rudiger has been consistent throughout.
All right, Demo.
Yeah, I was gonna say Reece James, but obviously he got injured and then I guess got that curtail, his thing.
Match.
So I'm going Mason Mount. I think Mason Mount is always being slept on. I think people are saying he's an average player. But he's key to how Chelsea plays and whenever Chelsea wins games, he's always involved. So I'm going Mason Mount.
All right, personally for me, it's a tough choice. Tough, 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 tough. It's a pick between the two guys that you have mentioned. So Rudiger has been a monster for Chelsea at the back line. What he also give them is also goals going forward. He has cost trouble for them going forward as well. So you have to give him that as well. But the thing is that Chelsea looks better when Mason Mounts play. And you notice that when they were kind of falling apart at a part in the season, he was out. But from he came back, you saw that the turnover was being better, the transition of the play and all that. But if I was to make a choice, I have to go with the beast, man. I have to go with Rudiger. And here's
German bias.
come on, bro, no bias here. Here's Casey saying that one of the two injured wing backs, James or Chilwell. Adlam agreeing that the German beast has to get it. Um, Fabi Fernando saying that Mount, Watson saying that Mount. Michelle was just joking around saying that every player except the $100 million defender. But then she said that joke aside, the beast, Rudiger. I guess Dean was going to say German bias again because Michelle is a German fan. And here's Josh is saying again Mount. Casey is saying Mount. Kish for you saying that Rudiger is a troublemaker, so mainly for her. Next up, we're going to look at the two that are at the top. And I mean, for the second place team, it's not even close. There's no argument.
What? That's not true.
Mohamed Salah by far.
Not true.
Well,
Say for you.
we're Trent in with a shout. So it's Mohamed Salah and Trent at the top for me, but Salah definitely. Demo.
Yeah. So I was trying to pick. I know you guys are going to say Salah because of the goals, obviously, and I think he's up there in the assist part. But for me, all of the struggles we're trying to go through, not making the England squad, all the bashing, comparing with people who just come on the scene, Cancelo and Ricci and some Akimi and some little people who just come. Trent Alexander-Arnold has been the man, especially because of how we attack and how we play. He has been vital. Andrew Roberts is also there with a shout. But the man has already reached double figures in assists, 10 assists this season already in the Premier League. And the man continues to break his own records. It's Trent Alexander for me. And people are going to just say just for the assist, but the man passing has been insane this season.
Well, I'd love to see.
Insane. Trent Alexander-Arnold is the David Beckham at right back. And if you can't see that when you now watch the games, then that's a funny thing. But for me, Trent Alexander has been the man for me this season.
I'd love to stick out the big stick for him, and the man said, brother, stop the nonsense. Trent
Yeah,
is doing
but
good, yes, but Salah by a landslide.
yeah, that's a theme opinion. It's a personal thing, and it's Trent for me.
And here's Dale Francis saying that don't be indifferent, Demo. It's Salah.
Yeah, Salah for you. What?
And here's Family Friend saying that a great Demo, but they had Salah to choke again before coming back to England. They called him a one season wonder, and he has been consistent since
What's the
coming.
man liquid that long time? What?
But Demo,
They
that's have
had
to fight.
Trent to flop this season, brother. Trent never met the England side. Like what?
So Demo again, Elton is saying that no matter what you have said, it's still Salah by a mile.
Yeah, but for them.
Jeremy Watson saying that it's Salah. Josh Ebang saying that it's Salah. Dale Francis saying Salah. Michelle saying Salah. But it's just pure Salah, 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 Salah. But We're going to move on to the team that is at the top of the league, talking about none other than Man City. I mean, it might be tough for a few people, might be easy for some. Quite a few players in that shout. Joao Cancelo is up there with a shout, but for me, the second best player in the league this season, Bernardo Silva, is the one for me. So, who are you going with, Kims?
For this one, I'm going with Pep for sure. For Pep being able to manage all of these players, having them play at the top level. Never start the season, so hot, but obviously, play their way into form, and I believe they're unstoppable right now. I can't choose one single player because I can't say something about Bernard, I can't say something about Cancelo, I can't even give KDB a shot. Even like Raheem Sterling can get a little small shot on the right side. So for me, I'll just go with Pep because I think what Pep has done with this team, to get everybody on the same page and ringing the same bell. I'd have to go with him.
Okay. Dimo.
So yeah, like you say, I just for me personally, I mean, obviously Bernardo Silva is a show, Cancelo is a show, but I was more impressed with Jesus. I thought that the position we play outside, obviously wasn't playing striker and Pep put him out wide. I think he was one of the players to watch out for every single week at the start. So mega go with Jesus.
Okay. And here's Dale Francis, who's a City fan, saying that 30 pieces of silver. Um,
Okay.
Christina saying that it's silver. Jeremy Watson saying that it's KDB. Fernando saying that it's Bernardo Silva. Elton God now they said that it's probably joking, saying that it's JG10, and that's Jack Grealish.
Who?
Yeah,
Who?
man, he's giving it to Jack. And so, Fernando
Hey.
said that Elton is a comedian. Um, Guys, any other topic that you guys want to touch on football wise?
Um. Hey, I don't know if you want to see this, brother, but I was going to save it for about like a minute, but I was reading the thing about Jamaican football, about that goal against USA and they were saying that Jamaica failed to notify the match commissioner of the protests. That was one. And they failed to make a payment of 100 Swiss francs, which is 1,075 US, to accompany the protest. So I believe when you make a protest and a goal, you have to go through a 3-step process. You have to ensure that all 3 steps occur, so your protest can be taken into consideration. Jamaica, JFF, they didn't do 2 of the 3, and FIFA just kick it right through the door. No, I'm not saying that the protests would have stood or they would have get the goal or whatever. But I'm saying, JFF, for the life of me, just give the team some hope. Show some competence. And again, this go back to a lot of stuff. This go back to a lot of, no want big coaches, no want Paul Hall, no want big English coach, Ajax coach, come coach Jamaica and all of them things. Not with them kind of foolishness. Yeah, trust me, this not even happening with Panama. This not happening with none of them side that we serious about the football. I think JFF need, and I said that JFF should step down. Just mash it up and make some new people who really love the football, who love the players, who want to see the country progress in football take over, because this is absolute joke to me. So that's what.
All right, but Kims, you mentioned that you're not seeing these things happening with countries like Panama and thereabouts, but I think it was El Salvador and Honduras. I stand corrected, but I'm not sure which one it was. But what's the producer?
El Salvador.
Yeah, El Salvador. So
Well,
the players and the FA for them had agreed upon a particular amount of money before playoffs and all of that, right? Before the World Cup qualifications. Now is that the FA realized that they can't qualify anymore. So the man they don't want to pay the man their full salary. So they were going to boycott the game against Canada the other day. So what I'm bringing across is that you have these things going across right across the board, bro. But it's generally teams that are failing you hear it about. You don't hear it about teams that are being successful, because in terms of Brazil, for instance, you have a lot of these issues, but because they're successful in what they're doing, you don't hear much about it. But because these teams are failing, it's going to be highlighted.
Yeah, but look at it, Levon. We cannot be comfortable being in the same sentence as El Salvador. We can't draw solace from that. Say, oh well, hey, this happening over here with El Salvador, so Jamaica is fine. No, I believe that again. I believe this is simple stuff. This is just simple stuff. Hey, we want to appeal a goal. Let us go through the proper protocols. I just believe it's ABC 1, 2, 3, taking candy from a baby. Hey, this is not even about the money thing like what them and Damien know them did not go back and forth. This is just a simple process. Hey, we are protesting a goal. There are 3 steps that we need to take. Hey, let us take these 3 steps. JFF people are making big top dollars. You're supposed to do them things very easy and simple.
And here's Christopher asking a question that what you think of the JPL so far. So I have to give them a little props this season because finally we can sit back and look on Sportsmax and watch some game. Or if we miss them on Sportsmax, we can just simply go on their YouTube page and find the highlights or even live matches to tune in. So far I've been impressed by Waterhouse and of course my team down there in St. Ann Mount Pleasant. They have been looking very good so far, so I have to give them props for that. But also that a team like Cumberland, I'm disappointed, man. Stop coming in the league, man, with the average age of over 30. And give the youth a chance, man, because Cumberland have one of the oldest team in the league. And if you want to see development, all these is not the way to go. I mean, you have to have some players with experience in it, but right across the board, bro, your average age can be over 30. That's total madness. So I don't agree with that. Dima, any final topic that you want to say anything on?
Wait, this are more minutes?
No.
Just the football thing. Yeah, so since we're on Jamaica, I just wanted to say that I'm very impressed with the footballer, the defender King. I think that he was very composed, and the night he looks a very good prospect. I hope Jamaica no kill the man career and they work with him. I think that for probably 35-40 minutes, Jamaica looked like they were playing some football, and big up for the change we'll see for that, even though at the end of the day we still lost the game. So big up to them. Shout out to Senegal, fully deserved in the final. Shout out to Sadio Mane, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, the final topic before I give you guys a minute each. Now, I've seen where in this off season, that one player, Lorenzo Insigne, is now at Toronto FC, so he has signed in the MLS, and now Xherdan Shaqiri is on the cusp of signing for Chicago Fire, also in the MLS. Reason why I brought this up, we're now seeing a cluster of international footballers that are probably still at their peak, going into these leagues. So could it be said that it's because of money, or is just a case that league is improving? Which one do you think it is?
It got to be. I mean, it got to be money. If you watch the MLS, all right, let's take Shaqiri for example. After he left Liverpool, what team he had went to after that?
Leon.
Leon. All right. So that's the French league. All right. So if we take the French league into consideration and put it up against the MLS, it's actually no competition. Sometimes watching the MLS is very nauseating, very very hard to watch. Only certain teams, will put on a good show. But obviously, a Shaqiri, going to the MLS, I believe it gives him, like you have that, it's like a big name for him. It's like a big thing, for the team that he's going to. He's going to a Chicago Fire, right?
Yeah.
So so he going to Chicago Fire. Hey, Shaqiri, former Liverpool man, former Leon man. You go with a certain kind of swagger. You go with a certain kind of brand to you. But it has to be a money move. I don't think nobody is going to the MLS saying, hey, the MLS league is such a great league. I want to help develop this league. No, I don't think that's what they're going with. I just think, hey, this is an opportunity. I'm probably in the tail end of my career. Let me just go over here, make some more money, ensure that my family is okay. Being in the US, enjoy the US culture, and then go off into the sunset. But I don't think they want to go and try to improve the MLS.
Okay. And Douglas Costa is another one that is also going over there too. He's on the cusp of signing for LA Galaxy. So yeah, I mean Costa is at the twilight of his career, so I won't really
Yeah,
like player like him. But
yeah, man.
another move that we saw today as well, Nicolas Sula, who is at Bayern, he's going to sign for the arch rivals Borussia Dortmund. And you know what's surprising about this? Normally we become accustomed to Bayern being the one that are taking away players on Dortmund, but this time around Dortmund finally getting one. But at the end of the day, it's because Bayern weren't willing to give him so much
Exactly.
demand. So that's the reason why they let him go. And if you ask me, they have better defenders than him. And as a German fan, I don't really rate Sula. But Kekana, listen, boss man, it's over a year now. You hold me and the producer interview with Wally Downs, so make it happen. That one Pleasant technical director, reach out back to him and get back to us. Remember that you all us that interview, so get it done. Um, Here's Kaken again saying that Mount Pleasant Youths them gonna carry Jamaica to the next World Cup. Ataya saying that props to Aberview for giving youngsters a chance.
Yeah, man.
Um,
How about you if I do so?
yes, Fran is saying that stars going MLS to escape scrutiny sometimes. They're a little bit more quiet in the States. Milton saying that money with longer guaranteed contracts is easily join these guys. Kaken again saying that Giovinco going back to Syria. Yeah, I saw it earlier today. Here's Fabi Fana saying that that's a good pickup for Dartmouth. They need proper defenders. That's facts. But I'm going to wrap it up now, and I'm going to give you guys a minute each to talk about any topic. I don't have to be about football. So, Dimo, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to give a special shout out to, the guys for starting the regional cricket season for in the Caribbean. Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing some of those games. I think it should be on YouTube. The Jamaica side obviously not as strong as we'd want it to be, but big up John Campbell, JC himself, the captain of the Jamaica Scorpions, going into that. Um, I'm seeing where the big man Rock Attack Raheem Cornwall is the vice captain of one of the teams, the Leeward Islands, and have man like Imran Khan a captain aside. So Barbados obviously looking like the favourites. They have a number of test players who will be in their team. So we're looking forward to seeing that going forward. So big up to them. And also, um, for me this weekend, it's going to be Jade going to watch the great MVP candidate Ja Morant live in person for the first
We
time. So
need, we need, we need some live
I,
shots.
I'm looking forward to seeing him live in person, the All Star. So big up Ja Morant for a spectacular season and, proving the doubters wrong. So big him up. Welcome to the dark.
Yeah, man, I'm going to get the signature. Make sure.
Most
So,
def.
Kev, 0 minute.
Um, what I wanted to say, where African is concerned, I realize that the deeper you get into the competition, the refereeing started to get better, and even competitiveness started to get better. So I remember at first when the referee blew off the game 85 minutes and all them kind of slatlessly, so I have to give them props. So cleaning up, and I saw the ref, giving Salah the whistle and the cards. I'm tired of the bag of complaining. So say, hey, you want to ref the game because clearly you know better than him. Obviously, we saw LeBron have to box up the drought Knicks. Just to note, LeBron is in his 19th season and he's averaging 29 points a game. Obviously, going to win the scoring title. No player has ever been in their 19th season to average this amount of points. So clearly, he's doing something unprecedented. I think he's 70 something points away from passing Kareem Abdul Jabbar in playoff points and regular season points combined. Obviously, he needs probably another season to pass him on the all time list in regular season. So LeBron is doing absolutely spanking stuff. I remember people said that he wasn't top five, but I guess people will take back that rubbish talk. Um, and then obviously we know we have the Super Bowl this upcoming Sunday. Definitely a good watch. Remember, Valentine's Day is the following Monday. So bet all your house, bet all your money on the Los Angeles Rams. You cannot lose it. I promise you. If you lose your house, I'll give you back your house. But I believe that the Rams will win this one quite comfortably.
I'm going with the Bengals, man. Joe Burrow saw the money. But here's other fella saying that my minute, tell the man them to go and get their D license from JFF. So Kems, I heard that you were interested in coaching before, so You can sign up online and get some tutoring, bro.
I can do it online because I saw the
I think.
because I saw the flyer and I shared it. But I thought you could say for Kingston and St. Andrew it was February 19 to 20. So I don't know if it was
I'm
online.
going to run back a check and tell you.
Fabi Frano, let me know and Levon I can check too because if it's online, definitely I'm doing it. You know, I might be the next head coach of the Reggae Boys, you know, who to tell them.
All right, let's see. And let me just get through a few of these comments quickly for a wrap up. So here's David and Thomas saying that at the Super Bowl. Michelle saying that don't do it, people, don't do it. Kim's a joker. Frano saying that he has a link to sign up, Kim. So Frano, link up, man.
Yeah, man, link up, Frano. Hey, Frano, member, yeah, you owe me from that little bet they were we did bet. Oh, which game it was again, Levon? Switzerland and one of them team there.
Yeah.
We did bet. So do me that little favor, Frano. So link up.
All right, then. I just want to say thanks to everybody that's tuned in tonight. All those who commented, all those who stayed behind the screens and then comment, big up on yourself. Same way. And remember, just leave a like on the video before you leave and ensure that you tell a friend to tell a next friend to tell a next friend to subscribe to the channel and watch the videos. Just go back and watch from we started around what? When I get producer? A couple of years ago. It might not reach a couple of years, but go and watch what the videos from way whenever from we just started and just give us the views. So we appreciate you guys and big up to our producer, Josh Carlin, this is possible. Thanks to Demo. Thanks to Kim for making this Sports Frenzy possible. Until tomorrow, stay safe, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening.